The Voynich Manuscript is a book written by hand that is reliably dated to the early part of the 15th century.
What if a computer just cracked the world's weirdest book, the Voynich Manuscript, a 600-year-old mystery filled with strange drawings, a secret language, and no known author, has finally met its match, AI. After centuries of confusion, a breakthrough has come. But what it uncovered? It's not what anyone expected, and it's kind of terrifying. Get ready to dive into the secrets hiding in those bizarre pages. Centuries of failed attempts. For over 600 years, people have tried to read the Voynich Manuscript, and for 600 years, they have failed.
Although it's usually called the Voynich Manuscript,
even the smartest people could not solve it. During World War II, famous codebreakers William and Elizabeth Friedman spent many years trying to understand the book. They were experts in breaking secret codes, but even they gave up. William said it might not be a normal code at all. He thought it could be a made-up language. In the 1920s, a man named William Newbold said he had figured it out. He believed the book was written by a man named Roger Bacon, a scientist from the TUI. Newbold said the book used a secret code with tiny letters you could only see under a microscope. But later, another expert, John Manley, proved him wrong. He showed that the tiny letters were just cracks in the ink, not real writing. Many other people also claimed they had solved it, but none of them could prove their ideas. One idea was that the book was written in vowelless Ukrainian. This means the words were missing all their vowels. A man named John Stoyko shared this theory in the 70s, but experts said it made no sense and did not match the strange pictures in the book. Others thought it was written in a secret form of Latin. Joseph Feely tried this in the 1940s. He thought the words were just short Latin words written in a new way. But Latin experts said his ideas were not real Latin at all.
after scientists took interest in deciphering the manuscript,
in 2016, 2 computer experts said they had used artificial intelligence to find that the book was written in Hebrew. They tried turning the letters into Hebrew words using a computer. Some people were excited, but Hebrew language experts said the results did not make sense. In 2019, another group tried a similar method, and it was also rejected. In 2017, someone said the book used Latin abbreviations, or short forms of Latin words. But again, Latin scholars said it was complete nonsense. Some people even thought the whole thing was a joke. In 2003, Gordon Rugg made fake pages that looked like the Voynich manuscript using a simple method. He said maybe someone long ago made the book to trick people. But science proved this was not true. Tests on the pages and ink showed they were from the early 1400s. This means the book is very old and not a modern fake. Everyone has failed to solve the mystery because the writing in the book doesn't follow any known language or writing system, making it nearly impossible to decode. Additionally, none of the drawings in the book match real plants, stars, or anything recognizable from the natural world, which adds to the confusion. Whenever someone claims to have cracked the code, experts quickly point out major errors in their interpretations. Despite all the confusion, one thing is certain: the book is genuinely old and not a modern-day hoax. AI and advanced technology. In 2025, something exciting happened with the Voynich manuscript. After hundreds of years of confusion, new technology finally gave us fresh clues. For the first time, people are starting to understand parts of this strange book. The change began with a special tool called multispectral imaging. This method lets scientists scan the pages using different kinds of light. These lights can show hidden marks and faded ink that we cannot see with our eyes. One expert, Lisa Fagin-Davis,
The Voynich Manuscript is a book written by hand.
Used this technology to look at 10 pages from the Voynich manuscript. She found something amazing. On the first page, there were 3 extra columns of writing that no one had seen before. This writing used both the Roman alphabet and the strange symbols of the Voynich script. This discovery gave an important clue. It showed that someone from long ago had tried to understand the manuscript. Lisa thinks this person was a scholar from the 17th century named Johannes Marcus Marzi. He once owned the manuscript and sent it to another scholar named Athanasius Kircher, hoping he could solve it. The notes hidden in the margins seem to be part of Marzi's decoding work. It is like he was taking notes in the margins to figure out what the text meant. These notes are very helpful for modern researchers. They prove that even hundreds of years ago, people were trying to unlock the secrets of this book. Now, with these hidden notes revealed, it was time for artificial intelligence to help. AI is very good at finding patterns. It can read thousands of pages very fast and look for clues that people might miss. A group of researchers used AI to study the Voynich manuscript. They trained the AI using hundreds of known languages. Then they let it study the strange writing of the Voynich script. The AI noticed something interesting. Some of the words looked like they could be Hebrew when the letters were placed in alphabetical order. This idea had been suggested before, but the AI gave it stronger support with data. Still, experts are careful. Just because something looks like Hebrew does not mean it is really Hebrew. AI can find patterns, but sometimes those patterns are just a coincidence. So the work is not finished yet. The good news is that now we have more tools and more information than ever before. The hidden notes and the clear scans give AI better material to study. And because technology keeps improving, researchers can move faster and try more ideas. Right now, people from many fields are working together. Historians, language experts, code breakers, and computer scientists are joining forces. They are using the notes found by Lisa and the power of AI
of new technologies, new techniques that our predecessors didn't have access
to see if they can finally read full sentences that make sense. So, in 2025, two big things happened. First, new scans showed writing that had been hidden for centuries. Second, AI started to find patterns that humans could not see. This might be the beginning of the answer we have waited for. After so many years, the Voynich manuscript might finally give up its secrets. And this time, we have both history and technology on our side. The terrifying revelation. In 2025, something unexpected happened. After hundreds of years of mystery, experts finally started to understand what the Voynich manuscript really is. For a long time, people believed it might be a book written in a made-up language or something from another world. But now we know the truth is much closer to home, and in some ways, more disturbing. Thanks to modern tools like special light scanning and artificial intelligence, researchers discovered that the manuscript is most likely a medical or alchemical book. It was written in a secret code, probably based on Latin. This was done on purpose to hide its content from the outside world. In medieval times, having medical knowledge that was not approved by the church was dangerous. The church had strict control over what people were allowed to study, share, or practice. Anyone who used unknown healing methods or wrote about private topics could be accused of heresy, which was a very serious crime. The person who wrote the Voynich manuscript seems to have known this. The entire book is full of carefully hidden information, written in a way that only trusted readers could understand. The drawings and writing suggest that the book was made to protect healing knowledge, not just to hide it for fun. It looks like someone wanted to share this information, but only with people who would not turn them in. One section of the manuscript shows many strange plants. Most of them are not found in any real-world records. They might be made-up plants or mixes of different herbs. Alongside the drawings, there are notes that seem to be recipes or instructions for how to use these plants for healing. These pages could be about medicine or even poisons. No one is quite sure yet. Another section of the book includes drawings of stars, moons, and symbols related to astrology.
With about 240 pages filled with illustrations of plants, stars, people, and animals.
In the Middle Ages, people believed that the positions of the stars could affect health. Doctors would choose treatment times based on the movement of the planets. The manuscript appears to include this kind of advice, showing how important timing was in the healing process. Some of the most surprising pages deal with women's health. There are images of women in strange positions, sometimes sitting in tubs or connected to pipes. These drawings were once thought to be nonsense, but now experts believe they are linked to topics like pregnancy, fertility, and childbirth. These subjects were rarely written about openly back then. Writing about them in secret code would have protected both the writer and the reader. There are also drawings of jars, bottles, and leaves which look like ingredients for medicine. The coded writing next to them may include secret formulas and remedies that were meant to stay hidden from the public and from the church. The truth is, the Voynich manuscript was never just a puzzle for fun.
The Voynich Manuscript is a book written by hand that is reliably dated to the early part of the 15th century.
It was a secret book filled with real and possibly dangerous knowledge. It could have helped people, but it also could have caused trouble for the person who wrote it. Now, with modern tools, we are finally uncovering its meaning. And what we're finding is not science fiction. It's a hidden chapter of human history, full of secrets that someone once risked everything to protect. The recent discovery about the Voynich manuscript is not just exciting, it is also a little frightening. For years, people thought this book might be a joke or a mystery with no real meaning. But now we know it is a medical book, full of real knowledge that someone worked hard to hide. And that is where the scary part begins. One reason this is so shocking is because of what might be inside. The book could contain lost treatments that once helped people heal. These are cures we may not know about anymore. Some of the plants shown in the book are not found in modern science books. The recipes and notes in the text may have helped with sicknesses we still struggle with today. That means we could have forgotten helpful knowledge simply because it was hidden for so long. The book also shows how dangerous it was to know too much in the past. In the time when the Voynich manuscript was written,
Das geheimnisvollste Buch der Welt wird es genannt. Das Voynich Manuskript.
The church controlled many parts of life. It decided what was right and what was wrong, even in science and medicine. If someone tried to practice healing in ways the church did not approve, they could be punished. Some people were called heretics and treated like criminals just for trying to help others. That is likely why the book was written in code. It was a way to protect the writer and the knowledge from danger. But even though that was long ago, the same idea still matters today. Sometimes, even now, important information is hidden or ignored. This can happen for political reasons, for money, or because it challenges old ideas. The Voynich manuscript reminds us how easily information can be controlled.
Die Mittelalterspezialistin Lisa Fagan-Davis befasst sich seit Jahren mit dem geheimnisvollen Manuskript.
And when it is, people suffer. Imagine if the book really does contain useful cures. How many people could have been saved if this knowledge had not been locked away? How many families lost someone because a simple cure was hidden in a book no one could read? That is the truly sad part. We will never know how many lives were affected by this silence. This book is more than a puzzle. It is a warning. It shows us what happens when knowledge is kept secret. It shows us that fear, control, and power can stop the spread of ideas that could save lives. And it teaches us that even in the modern world, we must be careful not to repeat the same mistake. Now that we are starting to understand the book, there is hope. Scientists and doctors may find new things that can help people today. Maybe we will discover old remedies that still work. Maybe we will learn something that helps us treat new diseases in a better way. But to do that, we have to stay open to learning. We have to make sure knowledge is shared, not hidden. That is the true lesson of the Voynich manuscript. It is not just a strange book from the past. It is a mirror showing us how important it is to protect and share the truth. And that is why its discovery is not only amazing, it is also terrifying. What this means for us today. The Voynich Manuscript is not just an old book. What we have learned from it in 2025 shows us something important. This strange book, once thought to be nonsense, now gives us real lessons that matter today. One big lesson is about medicine. The book may contain treatments that we have forgotten. It talks about plants and healing methods that do not exist in modern books. Some of these plants may still grow somewhere, or they may have been lost. If we can understand how people in the past used these plants, we might find new ways to treat sickness today. That is exciting. It could help people who have no cure for their illness right now. It feels like finding lost wisdom that was hiding in plain sight. Another lesson comes from the code used in the book. The writer used a secret style that fooled people for hundreds of years. Even modern computers and artificial intelligence had a hard time breaking the code. This tells us that people in the past were very smart. They made systems of writing that could keep secrets safe for a very long time. This is useful for anyone studying codes and how to protect information. It also reminds us that not all new technology is better than old ideas. The Voynich Manuscript also teaches us something about history and power. In the past, the Church did not let people share ideas freely. People who knew too much or did things differently were called dangerous. They could be punished just for trying to heal others in a new way. That is why the book was written in secret. This is still true in some ways today. Even now, sometimes important information is kept from the public. Sometimes people in power choose what others are allowed to know. The manuscript is a reminder of how that can lead to lost knowledge and lost lives. The biggest question the book brings up is this: what else is still hidden? If a book like this can stay a secret for so long, what other knowledge might be out there waiting to be found? Maybe there are other books or scrolls that hold important truths. Maybe there are cures or inventions that were never shared. The Voynich Manuscript gives us a gift from the past. It teaches us to keep asking questions, to protect knowledge, and to share what we learn. It shows that even the oldest mysteries can matter today. And it reminds us to never stop looking for the truth, the ongoing mystery. Even in 2025, the Voynich Manuscript is still a mystery. Many people have studied it. New tools like artificial intelligence have helped a lot, but we still do not fully understand the book. Only a small part has been translated. Most of it remains a secret. The book has about 240 pages. Some of the pages have been scanned with special light. This helped experts find hidden notes and marks that were not seen before.
For how modern scholars referred to the book. But before I tell you what's actually in the book, let's first get into Voynich's scheme for selling the manuscript.
A few pages were partly understood with the help of computers. Some words look like they may come from Latin or Hebrew, but no one can read full sentences with complete meaning yet. The language is still too strange and unclear. There is still so much to explore. Most pages have not been solved. They show drawings of strange plants, stars, women, and bottles. Each picture might hold an important clue. Some people think these pages may tell us more about old healing methods, lost science, or secret knowledge that had to be hidden in the past. But until we can fully read them, we can only guess. Artificial intelligence is now being used more than ever. Computers can find patterns much faster than people. They can study thousands of books and compare the writing in the Voynich Manuscript with other languages. Still, even the smartest machines have not cracked the code. This shows how clever the person was who made the book long ago. Their secret writing has lasted for more than 600 years. Many people are working together to solve it. Historians, language experts, scientists, and computer programmers all want to help. They are using the best tools we have today. New scans, better software, and fresh ideas are giving them hope. But the truth is, no one knows when the mystery will end. Maybe it will take many more years. Or maybe, with one more discovery, the whole book will suddenly make sense. If that happens, it could change how we see the past. We might learn about old medical knowledge. We might understand how people once lived and thought in ways we never imagined. Until then, the Voynich manuscript keeps its secrets. It is a puzzle that has lasted for centuries. It reminds us that not everything can be solved right away. Some mysteries take time. Some knowledge waits until the world is ready to understand it. And maybe, just maybe, that time is coming soon. The Voynich manuscript is no longer just a mystery. It's a warning, a wonder, and maybe even a breakthrough. What other secrets lie waiting in forgotten pages? If this stunned you, imagine what's next. Like, share, and subscribe to stay ahead of the truth. Because the past is speaking. Are we listening?